Howdy diddly diddly dandy there, chums. It is I, Captain Steve at XO, and we've got our two little photo bombing gags in the background. I believe they just gave you a wave. But there we go. Chums, I am on the bridge of my freighter, and I am about to deliver you some news. Now, when I say deliver some news, it's more of things that have been discovered on the net. It's not from me, so let's just head on over to one of these terminals. I think it's this one. Executamundo, Mr. XO. Go. On YouTube, Jack Babbock's thanking you, Jack. Send me a link over to Reddit for a potential leak on the Xbox store of the new title of Desolation. Now, Desolation is a state of destruction and loneliness and sadness, etc., etc., that you can see there. And when you jump on over to Twitter and you start looking at Sean Murray's feed and his recent tweets, you would start to see that there's things on here that kind of tie into that sort of destruction and a mess of stuff. So here we go. Rather sinister that. Yeah, I will be coming back to the sounds in a second. But yeah, we've got this little skull emoji, so yeah, death and all that sort of stuff. I mean, that's just destructive, isn't it? A giant cock type picture. But then we're going to scroll down a little bit further and you get this like piece of art. Not that one's just freaking lovely, I love that, but this one with the koala bear and the little squirrel. And when you take a closer look at that, I'm sad. Maybe VR could help. Wow, now I'm sad on the moon. So yeah, he's kind of like on his own, sad and gloomy and all that sort of stuff. So it kind of plays into this name of Desolation. So yeah, I'm pretty much set that this could be the title for the new iteration, and if it is, that's quite dark, much darker than previous, isn't it? I mean, that's nothing like what we've had before. So here I've set the sound on repeating, so there we go, and yeah, and I've also got one that I've cleaned up here, chum. So I tried my best anyway. So I used some sort of TV settings in Sony Vegas and trying to clean that up a bit, but it's not that great still. So there we go. I'm just going to let you digest that for a second because that's a little bit freaking mind-blowing, isn't it? I mean, there's a lot to take in there. Now, if that is the real leak and the real title name that we're looking to expect, I mean, Desolation. We've not had anything like it yet, have we? I mean, The Abyss was pretty dark, but Desolation, that's a new level of dark. And because of that little tweet that Sean put up the other week, you know, the one with the squirrel and the other little chap, the little koala that's all sad in space, it makes you wonder whether it is going to get darker and a little bit more sinister. I mean, that's the way all the law's been going for a while as well. You know, all the boundary failure law and also the traveller law. Those two little gigs in the background then, just do a double sign-off. Awesome little chaps. I love them. They're awesome. Anyway, guys, the bit I want to draw some attention to is the actual sounds within inside of that tweet, the garbled sort of video footage. People have been trying to decode the video footage. Same here, so have I. But also the sound effects. The sound effects are unusual. Now, at the start, there's like a double sort of beep. And then there's like some sort of shearing noise that almost sounds like glass screaming, which does play into the lore of the void and the abyss. And then it ends with that sort of grating noise. Now, I'm sure I know where the grating noise is from. I believe that's from over on the Nexus. I'll tell you what, I'll see you guys over on the Nexus and I'll show you where I mean. Okay, so see you guys in a sec. I'll be over at the Nexus in a bit. Right, well, welcome back. Here I am over at the Nexus. So if you listen quite carefully, when the red beam comes out of this robot space that's in the centre there you go, that's the noise. I'm fairly sure that's the sort of grating noise at the end of the little video montage of Sean's. There you go. There you go. So yeah, I think that's the actual sound. I could be wrong. Now the bit in the middle, the shearing sort of sound, the sound of glass screaming. You know, when we're doing the weekend missions and when you interact with the knowledge stone to get some sort of wordage and get some of the glyph sequence to go to the portal with, and we hit 3 of them, well, as you hit the knowledge stone, as you read the text, it makes that sort of shearing noise, but it's not as intense. But if you got all 3 of those sound effects and just offset them slightly from one another and then played them at the same time, that would sound fairly similar to the shearing noise in the middle of that sound clip. So the only part of that sound clip I'm now missing is the double beep at the start. And I think that double beep at the start, I'm sure I've heard it in the soundtracks inside the game files from 60 Days of Static. And yeah, when you say 60 Days of Static, all the weekend missions have had static as a reference. So I'm wondering whether that sound file that's been overlaid to the actual video footage that's been all garbled is completely separate. But it's interesting that a couple of the sounds are from the Nexus and the weekend missions. So I would say that the new update is going to be heavily tied into the weekend missions and the current lore. And I think it is going to be a bit darker, because these weekend missions have got a little bit darker. I mean, Ariadne went missing. She's not sure where she went, but she recalls seeing a dark, vast freighter. Now, I am really hoping that in this update, if it is called Desolation, and we are to go to a new sort of area of space, I am really hoping that we get to see where Ariadne went as a physicality, you know? Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that we get to see this big, dark, vast freighter. I mean, that'd be freaking ace. I mean, look at her. She's already got her freaking multi-tool to hand. Yeah, she reckons it's a combat update to us. Yeah. She really, yeah. Oh, and then she just swapped to a ship. So, yeah, ship combat and hand-to-hand combat, maybe, is what Ariadne is predicting. I don't know whether that's right, Ariadne. You definitely believe that's correct. Well, you know, you could be onto something, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, why not? What the fudge? What the heck? An alien race as well? We're getting a new alien to combat. You're really going off on one now, Ariadne. But yeah, you know, you should know. You've freaking been there, Ariadne. Yeah. You're in the know. But yeah, there we go. Anyway, we're sort of going off on a bit of an odd tangent. I don't actually trust Ariadne at this stage, chums. I mean, she's been to the opposite side. She's come back looking fairly normal. She's not doing all that shimmering stuff that some of the others do, you know, the whole Kazert type stuff. But I don't think her forehead, before she went, glowed quite as intensely as it is right now. She does look like she's changed slightly. That visage, that sort of glowing patch in the middle of her head, you try and do that in the appearance modifier to your Ariadne visage. I can't do it, so I'm not too sure where she's got that glow from, but yeah, she's come back with a glow. You know, they do say that people when they're pregnant, they have a strange glow to them. If an alien bursts out of her chest right now and starts running around this Nexus killing us all, I'm not going to be too pleased. It's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. But there we go. Anyway, that's all my sort of speculation. And Ariadne's. I mean, Ariadne's went freaking overboard, didn't she? I mean, that's just craziness. Yeah, I wouldn't listen to any of that. But yeah, Ariadne. Yeah. Oh, what's this? A new universe. Oh my days. We're going to get away from her because she's just going mental now. She's just going freaking crazy. But yeah, she could be onto something. She could be. You know, a parallel universe with new alien race and ships and combat, and I mean, she's gone completely overboard. But yeah, who knows, chums, who knows. Freaking mind-blowing times, and I'm as excited as you guys probably are. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you again soon, and yeah, take care all. Goodbye for now. Goodbye. There's multiple ways to support my channel, Patreon being one. Thank you, Patreons. And I also have YouTube membership. Thank you, YouTube memberships. Yep, there's multiple tiers there for everyone. Be sure to check both out if you're thinking of supporting me that way. Hitting a like or a subscribe or leaving a comment. I love reading comments. Is another way to support the channel. Or there's merch if you want to find a dandy pair of socks or a t-shirt. Head on over to Teespring. Or just stay with Captain Steve a little bit longer and watch a little more. Hit join or sub. Heck yes. We'll see you next time. Thank you very much for watching. Cheerio.